In this video, we'll be looking at above average temperatures as we go into March, but that will quickly change. Things are also very quiet right now, but that will also change as storm systems move our way. These storm systems will bring winter weather and also the threat of severe weather. We're getting into that time of year where severe weather is starting to become a bigger threat. Let's get into all the specifics. Hello everybody, Will here back again with the weather. We haven't had a lot to talk about lately, but that is quickly gonna change. Taking a current look at the United States, we got a little bit of rain up across the northwest, we got a little bit of snow across parts of Canada and the northeast, and some light rain offshore, but overall it's pretty quiet out there. We're in a very warm pattern. We got this big ridge across much of the United States bringing in warm and dry weather. And this is going to remain this way for the next few days, and then this ridge is going to break down as more storm systems enter the area, and then things are going to flip-flop. So going out in time, this is the European model. As we go into midweek, Wednesday and Thursday, you can see this ridge still stays really strong across much of the US. Right here, and these storms are riding up and over it. So by Thursday morning into the afternoon, we got some rain and snow up in the northwest and a little bit of snow coming back down into the central United States around that ridge. We also have a low pressure off the northeast coast bringing in some light snow, but it shouldn't be anything too significant. Going later into the week, the storm system moves onshore in California, bringing a lot of rain and snow to the valley and mountains. This is very beneficial for all these areas because it's been very dry there much of the winter, as there's been a big ridge of high pressure over the west coast sending those storms away. And they haven't been getting a lot of rain and snow over there. As we head into the weekend, more rain and snow across the west, and it starts to head off into the central United States, possibly bringing another significant winter storm, and you can see that here as we go into Sunday. We have a lot of snow and ice on the northern side, and on the southern side we got a lot of rain. There's also going to be an area of severe weather right in here next to that low pressure because of all the wind shear, and there's also going to be a little bit of instability up there. Here's the Storm Prediction Center's outlook for Saturday into Sunday. As we go later into the weekend, they're also noting that this area right here might be upgraded to a risk as well. There's a little bit more uncertainty down here because it is a bit farther out, but it is something to keep an eye on. So as we go into Sunday afternoon, you can see a lot of rain and storms develop down here, and this is where they're thinking about adding that risk. We got a lot of rain up into the northeast, but all the snow really stays up in Canada for the most part. We also got some light snow across much of the Rockies. I'm not going to go into specifics on rain and snow amounts yet because there are some uncertainties being 5 to 7 days out, but the pattern does suggest that there's going to be a big storm system across this area later this week. So as we go into early next week, we got a lot of rain in the south, a little bit of snow in the west, and then it calms down again, but except this time, the calm isn't for several days, it's only for like a day, as we have another storm system coming in from the north. And we have a piece of energy coming up from the Gulf bringing a lot of rain, and then we got a lot of snow up here across much of the north. However, this is over a week out and there's a lot of changes that are going to happen, but it looks like we're going to get into another very active pattern, unlike what we're in now. So now we'll take a look at temperatures. The temperature anomalies. Anywhere where you see this white is 20 to 30 degrees above average. Where you see this light orange to darker red, that's like 5 to 10, maybe 15 degrees above average. And where you see this purple and green, that's 10 to 15 degrees below average. So as you can see here, much of the country is above average in temperatures right now. And it's going to be that way for a little while, and then as the pattern flips, that will change quickly. So as we go into midweek, very, very warm across much of the central United States, up to 30 degrees above average in some spots. As we go into Thursday, it stays pretty warm, however there is some colder air across parts of the northern US as the storms go over this ridge, and this area is a little bit cooler. And as we go into the weekend, very warm across the eastern half of the United States, but very cold over on the west coast where that storm system is moving in. You can see right here there's two zones, and right in the middle is where this battle zone is going to be. This is where all the storm systems go. They go right up between that warm and cold air, and on this side there's going to be snow, and on this side there's going to be rain and possibly severe weather. So as we go into Sunday, into Monday, you can see that cold air starts to push more to the east. You got this battle zone area setting up right in the middle. You got very warm temperatures across the northeast. You got very cold temperatures across the central United States. Going Monday into Tuesday, that cold air works its way down more into the south. And you can see it's really an exact opposite of what things are right now. It's a little bit warmer up in the north, but most of the country is now below average. And as we get later into next week, data is suggesting another big shot of cold air. However, this is very far out and will likely change. But if this were to verify, temperatures 40 to 50 degrees below average, and these are all coming down into the United States, suggesting that winter is not over. Now we'll take a look at the GFS. This goes out a little bit farther and I'll show you guys what the overall pattern is suggesting. However, don't take these literally, because as soon as we get over 5 to 7 days out looking at stuff like this, uncertainty begins to increase exponentially. But as you can see here, much of the week, the US is very warm with a little bit of colder air up in Canada. And as we go through the week, it stays pretty warm. And then we got that colder air starting to work its way into the West Coast. And we got some very warm air across the central United States and eastern United States. And that area of well above average temperatures shifts to the east as we go later into the weekend, and that cold air starts to spread across the western half of the United States. And the GFS also has that area where this battle zone is, where all these storms are going to be. And as we go later into next week, there it is, the colder air overtaking a lot of the United States. The GFS is even more aggressive with the cold, and it's bringing temperatures 30 to 40, maybe even 50 degrees below average into the country. And going way out into next weekend, it really wants to have cold air across a lot of the country, and it stays that way for several days, and then the pattern flips back. So really right now we're in a flip-flop pattern. It's going to be warm and then it's going to be cold, pretty typical for this time of year. However, as we get into March, our daytime average temperatures increase. Temperatures in the south are usually in the 40s, 50s, 60s in February. Now they're warming up to average highs in the 70s and maybe even 80s later into the month. And with these warmer temperatures, there's more instability, resulting in, you guessed it, severe thunderstorms. And we'll take a look at what the GFS is suggesting instability-wise. So Saturday into Sunday, where the Storm Prediction Center has that area outlined, this is where the low pressure is, and there's a lot of instability on the southern side, and you got winds flowing around this thing very fast. Because it's a low pressure system, they're flowing counterclockwise, and this change in direction through here is going to result in updrafts and severe thunderstorms possibly. And we have just enough instability in place to support that. And as we get later into the weekend on Sunday, where the Storm Prediction Center is also talking about that other area, instability starts to increase, which would support severe thunderstorms right in this area possibly. Instability is relatively weak, but with the storm system moving through and the wind fields, there would be enough for some severe weather. If we look at the European model for the same time, also has the idea of instability, a little bit less, but it has that general idea of instability across parts of the south central United States, which would support some severe weather. These severe weather threats shouldn't be big outbreaks, but there could be some localized hail, winds, maybe even a tornado or two. We'll discuss more of these severe weather threats and locations where the highest threat will be as we get closer to this. Anyways, that's all I got for today, just taking a look at the overall pattern and how winter is not over despite the warm temperatures this week. Things are going to be calm for the next few days, but as we head into the weekend, active weather will take place across much of the United States. I'll have a video update in the next couple days discussing this again as we get more clarity with the models. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to click that like button and subscribe, share, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.